Alright everybody, welcome back to the solo playthroughs. As you see, I have a helper with me today. And today we're going to be playing through the solo mode of Dice Miner. Dice Miner is a dice drafting game where you are basically trying to collect sets, you're trying to collect treasures, and whoever has the most points at the end of the game is the winner. But in the solo mode, there are some changes. In fact, we have a completely different thing here for solo, which I'll be keeping here just to make sure I get my rules correct. And the only thing you change with setup is that you're going to go in and pull out 3 magic dice. Magic dice are blue. These dice right here. And it says to roll them. So we're going to have that there. Okay. And then it says to fill the mountain. Give me 1 second here. I can go over and fill the mountain. This is the most fun part of the thing. Of course, I did not kickstart this. I bought this at retail. If you kickstarted it, you got the plastic mountain. And so we just kind of... All right. And we need 3. Oop. Yeah, you see that there's a shape along the mountain that you've got to get there. And then what we're doing is we're drafting the values that are facing towards us, not on the sides of the dice. Okay, so in the solo mode here, it says that we have 3 actions we can take. We can draft a dice from the top of the mountain and add it to our trove. We can also spend a magic to recycle a dice, which is basically taking a dice out of the top of the mountain and putting it back in the bag, or refilling the mountain. Now, in the multiplayer game, what you get a lot of the time is you know, you kind of draft the whole mountain and then you refill it, and after 3 times you tabulate your score. Here you do not have rounds, it's just filling up the mountain. No, excuse me. And oh, sorry. When you recycle, it's for each magic symbol showing. This is a 2. That's a 1. Oh, we're gonna head down. All right. Well, we no longer have a kitty with us. Also, in the multiplayer, you have special abilities. You do not have that in solo. You're just playing through the game. So there are a number of dice in the game. We have magic dice, which you've seen here. Then you have treasure dice, which are the yellow. And then you have tool dice, which we didn't roll any of. And then there are tunnel dice, which are these. And then hazard dice, which are the black dice. Now, in this game, magic dice, treasure dice, and tool dice are all drafted normally. Tunnel dice can only be drafted starting with 1 and going to 5, which we can start, but it's going to be tricky to continue that here. And then hazard dice can only be drafted if we have the tool to neutralize it, which we don't have any. They're all still in this little bag right here. You'll notice that there is a beer symbol on these dice. Now, beer is considered a wild, and you'll set it to the face of your choice when you've got that done. When you have gems, you can choose to cache the gems, which is putting them in chests. However, chests only appear on tool dice, which we don't have right now. Uncached treasure at the end of the game is only worth 1 point. Cached treasure is worth 2. Alright, so on my action that I'm going to do is I'm going to take these dice here. And tunnel dice, you, like I said, you want to collect in order. What was I going to say? Tunnel dice, if you get a straight, it's worth 5 points. And then, of course, this is a solo game that uses the, what was I going to say? It uses the score sheet to tell you how you did. There's no winning or losing here. Alright, so we're not in a very good spot here. We got a bunch of hazards that we can't get by because we don't have any tools. But we do have a beer dice. And I think I'm going to use that beer dice I'm actually setting myself up on BG Stats to show that I did this. We are going to use our beer dice to create a 2 because we have the 1 here and we're going to need the 2. So taking the beer dice and setting it at 2. All right, now we have some trouble here. We've got a bunch of dice on that mountain that we can't use and that we can't draft. Now we have 2 options. We can recycle some dice with the magic, and they'll go back in the bag, or we could refill the mountain. And refilling the mountain only gives us 2 spots, so we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to spend this 2 magic, and the 2 magic is out of the game, to get rid of 2 dice. I'm going to get rid of this one and this one. And these go back in the bag. All right. So now we could choose to do that again because we have some other dice that are just kind of in the way. Trying to think of what I want to do here. It's tricky. So I could technically take this dice and start another run, I believe. Let me just check on the rules, but I should be able to do that. No, I can't. It says you can only draft other tunnel dice when you can add them to an existing straight as the next sequential number. So I cannot draft that dice. So let me put that back. Alright, so I'm going to use this other magic dice here to get rid of a few more. And I think I'm going to get rid of this hazard here. And let's get rid of this 5. Alright. They go back in the bag. Okay. So we got some room in the mountain in case we need to fill it up. I'm not doing well on this one at all. But anyway. So if I draft a magic dice, let's see what we've got here. I think I can use that as, recycling if I wanted to. Yep, so I'm going to actually draft that magic dice here. I'm going to draft this beer dice and turn it to a 3. Then I'm going to draft this 4. I'm almost there. I need a 5. I'm going to draft this magic dice over here. Turn it to a 3. Okay. Now, if I draft this hazard dice because it's a beer, honestly, there's nothing good on this dice. So I'm just, there's nothing good on this dice except dragons and I believe that's rocks in the tunnel collapsing that you're building. So I'm just going to keep that there for now. I'm going to use this recycle 3 dice though and get rid of some of the stuff that's just in the way. So let's get rid of this 1. I'm going to get rid of this here. And let's get rid of this here. All right. These will go back in the bag. All right. So now I'm going to draft this dice here. It's beer, so I'm going to move it and put it down on that. And that'll cost me 3 points. Not cost me, so get me 3 points at the end of the game. And why not? Let's draft this one here. Now I could spend another magic dice to recycle, but I kind of want to see how it goes. I can refill twice. This is my first refill. I'm going to go in the bag. Let's shake it up a little bit since I keep not getting tool dice. And all right, there's some tools. And then 3 more dice. 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right. So, this is actually not bad because I can show you how we handle this. These are ways to overcome this dice, okay? And the only way I could take that dice and put it in my cache, or what do they call it, my hoard, is if I did take one of those dice. Now, I'm in a bit of a pickle because I got a bunch of dice that are just in my way, and there's not much I can do because I need a 5. And I don't have any beer right now. I have a beer on the side here, right there. But I don't have a 5, and I don't have the ability to re-roll any beers. Sorry, re-roll any dice here. Okay, so what do I want to do? I'm probably going to have to recycle some stuff. And then it's going to be a waste, but I'll probably have to refill almost immediately. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend both of my magic dice that have the 1 symbol on them and recycle these 2. All right. Recycle these 2. Put them back in the bag. Oop, one fell on the ground. Oh, it rolled the beer. Can I keep it? And then I'm going to take this beer and I'm going to turn it into a 5. I will also take this while I've got it and keep that there. Now I can start another run. So I could start, let's move these up here actually. I'm going to start this and that. I can take one of these. I'm going to take that. I wish I had a 3 that I had access to, but it's over here. So I could pretty much do nothing now. So what I'll do is head on into the bag and refill. This is my last refill of the game. And then I need 2 more. Okay. Well, there's nothing I can do because I don't have an ability to take off the side. I need a 3, and that beer is in my way, and I have no magic dice. All right, and the 2 and the 5 are just not available to me. So I'm no longer able to take actions. This is a pretty quick solo game. So let me get a pen that can be visible on the board here. Okay. So here's our scoring sheet. Actually, I'm gonna move these dice over. Put it there so I can write from this angle. And I'm actually gonna grab this little thing here because it's always hard to write on scoring sheets on the mat. Okay. So it actually has an ability for me to play this game 6 times on here. And we do have the score sheet. I can tell you I'm probably going to be in that 0 to 14. So we get 1 point per hazard symbol. So I get 1 point. 1 point. Okay. For each uncached treasure, I get a point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oop, I did that wrong. So 1 goes there, and the 5 goes there. And that's a 0, and I have 1 run of that, so I get 10 points. Now, what I'm looking at here is when you're scoring, yeah, I thought, because the way the scoring sheet looks is it's the number of those plus the number of that equal times 1 is that. So I would say really that this is actually 4 points because I have 1, 2, 3 pickaxes to the 1 symbol. So that's 4. Let's say that's 4. And then I actually have 14 points. So according to my sheet here, I fell under disaster. You must do better if the dwarves are to survive. So that's pretty much Dice Miner. There's a lot kind of going on here, but mainly what I'm seeing is you can really get messed up just by how the dice fall into the mountain. Yes, I used a lot of magic right away. That is my own fault for making that decision. But that is kind of how this game plays solo. So, not kind of, it is how the game plays solo. So if you're interested in seeing if I can do better, let me know in the comments below and we'll try this again. Otherwise, that is Dice Miner's solo mode. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time, everybody. Bye.